Dad, how have you been? I have some amazing news to share with you. I'm getting married!
Oh, wow! That's great! Your mother never mentioned that things were so serious between you and your boyfriend!
Actually, Mom didn't know that I was in a serious relationship either. I only told her yesterday, so she was pretty surprised. I wanted to tell the both of you in person, but it seems that you're really busy, so I texted you guys instead.
You're right. I've been pretty busy lately. But this is important. I can make time for you. When do you want to come over?
That sounds great. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. You'd be surprised to know that you've already met my fiancé.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see when you meet him. I'm so excited.
Okay. What's your fiancé like?
He works at a company that happens to be one of your clients. His name is Nate. Does that ring a bell?
Oh yes, it does! I know Nate! He works in sales, doesn't he? He's really good at his job, too. Well done! You picked a good guy to marry.
Well, it's not like I selected him from a group of men or anything. We just found that we have a lot in common. Anyway, I look forward to introducing you and Mom to Nate.
How about next weekend? Does that work for the two of you?
I think so. I'll write it down on my calendar. See you next week then. I'll make sure that Nate is available too. I'll get back to you when I know for sure, okay? Oh, I heard from Mom that you've been working on the weekends as well. Don't work too hard though. You need to rest too. What are you working on that is keeping you so busy?
I suppose it just means that my position in the company is becoming more senior. Being promoted isn't all fun. It means more responsibility, too.
Oh, so that means you got a promotion then? But why did the company lower your salary? It doesn't seem fair.
What are you talking about?
Mom told me that they lowered your salary, but you've been working longer hours with no overtime. I don't think that you should let the company abuse you like this.
They're not abusing me! You don't need to worry about that. I've been assigned some new tasks, and it's taking me some time to get used to them. Your mother shouldn't have said anything to you.
Oh. Alright then. I guess that makes sense because Nate tells me that your company takes great care of its employees. He told me that it didn't make sense that they were making you do more work for less money.
You don't need to be concerned. I can take care of myself. Nate doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't even work for the same company that I do. He'll understand when he's older and more mature. Besides, I'm getting benefits that are only available to people in my position. But because we get these benefits, we're not allowed to charge for overtime. So basically, I get paid an annual salary and no overtime. You get how it works now?
Of course I knew that. What I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't make sense that they lowered your annual salary. If you got a promotion, your salary would stay the same or be raised.
Look, I don't want to talk about this anymore with you. I need to get back to work now. See you next week.
You're still working?
I am. So I really don't have time to be talking to you over chat. I look forward to sitting down with Nate and getting to know him better.
Okay. See you next week then. Good luck with work. Mom, don't you think that Dad's been acting strange lately? I feel like he's hiding something from us. I agree. He's not quite himself these days. But hey, you don't need to worry about it. I can handle your father on my own. I told him my wedding date, but Dad didn't seem too interested. It kind of felt like he already had plans on that day. It feels like he's not even excited that I'm getting married. Me getting married is kind of a big deal. I expected him to be more enthusiastic than this. I'm sure that he's thrilled that you're getting married to Nate. He just has a weird way of showing it. Work is keeping him really busy and he hasn't gotten the chance to be happy about your engagement yet. He won't miss your wedding though. He loves you too much. Perhaps we can all sit down and talk about things when the time is right. What do you mean by that? You're making me think that something bad is going to happen to our family. I'm an adult, Mom. You don't need to hide anything from me. I can handle it. I don't want Nate to pick up on the fact that things are awkward in our family right now. You have a point. I was planning on telling you, but I didn't want to ruin your engagement or your wedding. I haven't said anything to your father about this, so will you keep it between us for now? I want to process things before I go and have a talk with your father. What do you need to process? I won't tell Dad, so please, tell me what's going on. It seems that your father is in love with someone else. What? So he's cheating on you then? Yes, but I didn't want to say anything until your wedding was over. I can't believe that Dad would do this to you. It's unforgivable. I'd like to have a word with him about this. And that's exactly what I don't want you to do. Let me talk to him when I'm ready. I'm still sorting things out. I'm also gathering all the evidence that I need. Wow. You're really handling this on your own? I'm proud of you, Mom. If Nate ever cheated on me like this, I'd go crazy. Yeah, it's best not to be cheated on. But if you have been, then the best way to deal with it is through revenge. I'm going to make sure that my plans don't interfere with your wedding, though. If it were just an affair, I might have been able to get past it, but the person he's cheating with is the other problem. What do you mean?
I'm in the middle of work right now. I can't pick up the phone right now.
How could you be at work right now? Call me back now!
I'm still working. I'll get back to you later.
It's Saturday! And do you know what day it is today?
I'm on a business trip. I'm busy. What do you want?
Do you really have to ask? You're unbelievable!
What do you mean by that? I'm working. Show a little respect. Now stop texting me. I've got to go now.
I can't believe that you're the one getting mad about this. Do you understand what you're doing to our family?
What do you mean? I'm working for my family. I really have to go. Stop bothering me.
You're so clueless, it makes me sick. I'm ashamed to have you as my father. I really hate you right now, and you're not the person that I thought you were.
What's with all the name calling? You're the one that's bothering me. Why are you so pissed? Now can you please let me get back to work?
Well, what kind of father forgets about his own daughter's wedding?
What?
I can't believe that you didn't come to my wedding. And I won't ever forgive you for it. So you forgot about my wedding because you were so preoccupied about going on your stupid trip with your young lover? Did I get that right?
Wait, how do you know about the trip?
Can you really call yourself a good father and husband after what you've done? You're dating someone that is close to my age! And you're so obsessed with her that you forgot to come to my wedding! How could you?
Wait, today's your wedding?
Yes, it is! Well, it's too late because you've already ruined everything. The wedding is over. And you didn't walk me down the aisle like you promised you would. I despise you.
It was an honest mistake. I didn't forget out of spite. Miranda, I'm so sorry about this. I'll find a way to make it up to you.
It's too late for your apologies. The damage has already been done.
But
You hurt me and Mom enough by having an affair, but on top of that you forgot to come to my wedding? How could you?
I'm on a business trip, not a holiday. It's not my fault. And I'm not having an affair. This is all a big misunderstanding.
I see. So you're just going to continue lying to my face then? I spoke with the CEO of your company. He told me that you aren't on a business trip. Does that mean that he's the one that's lying?
You spoke to the CEO?
Well, he was at my wedding, so I thought I'd ask. I thought that it was strange that my father missed my wedding. When do you plan on telling us the truth? You can't run from this.
Why was the CEO at your wedding in the first place? Your wedding's not that important.
I see. So that's how you feel about my wedding then?
That's not what I meant. Your wedding is important to me, but why to our CEO? He doesn't know you personally.
You haven't been listening to anything I told you, huh? My fiancé Nate is the son of the CEO of your client's company.
What? So you're marrying the son of a CEO?
Yes. So the CEO of your company attended as a guest of Nate's family. You should have known all this. Most of senior management was at our wedding.
Oh my. This can't be good for me.
No, it's not. And you're the one that caused this to happen. Are you starting to realize the gravity of your actions? Mom and I are in a really awkward position because of you. Well, your punishment is coming your way, so be prepared.
I'm on my way to the wedding venue right now. I'm sure that it's not too late.
I already told you that it's too late. The wedding is finished. So there's no point in you coming here. I'm cutting all ties with you.
Isn't that a little extreme? Give me a chance to make amends. I'm your father. You can't cut me out of your life.
Well, what kind of father forgets about his daughter's wedding to go on a trip with his lover? You're not my father anymore. And Mom feels the same way. She wants nothing to do with you. She's going to divorce you.
Divorce? She hasn't said anything to me about that. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not having an affair? What can I do to have you believe me?
You're a disgrace. Why don't you stop lying? No one believes anything that you say. And you can't deny it because I already know the truth. Do you know why?
Are you just making this all up?
Then how come I know how old your lover is then? Mom hired a private investigator, and she has all the information about your affair. Your lover happens to work at the same company as Nate.
I can't believe that your mother hired a private investigator!
Well, she was smart to do so. I don't consider you to be my father anymore. I don't want you to get in touch with me ever again. Nate already told his parents about your affair.
So Nate's father knows?
Yes, he does. And Mom told the CEO of your company. Practically everyone knows about your affair now.
How can she do this to me?
To you! You did this to us! Why don't you have a talk with your CEO and see what he thinks about your affair? That is, if you even have the courage to ask for a one-on-one meeting with your CEO.
Miranda, I apologize about missing your wedding. That was not my intention. You have to believe me.
It's too late to regret anything. It's already done. Your life as you know it ended the minute you decided to have an affair. You chose a really bad person to have an affair with as well. And it was stupid of you to plan a trip with her on the same day as my wedding.
How many times do I have to apologize about missing your wedding? I'm really sorry and I mean it. I'm going to make it up to you.
And how are you going to do that? Well, you just pay the alimony that you owe Mom and leave us alone. Mom and I are no longer on your side. You're on your own.
Do you have to be so hard on me? People make mistakes. We all do. Let me explain, and I'm sure that you and your mother will find it in your hearts to forgive me.
Well, I don't have the time to listen to your lame excuses. There's never a good reason for cheating on your spouse. I got married today, and I'm happy. I don't need my former father trying to ruin it for me. Please stop texting me.
I've been a good father to you. You can't cut me out because of one mistake.
You may have been a good father to me in the past, but that's in the past now.
What else do you want me to say?
Good luck with your life. It was nice knowing you. Have a happy life with your lover. Miranda's father, Sean, showed up at the wedding venue, but it was too late. All the guests had already left. Miranda blocked his number, so he was no longer able to get in touch with her. Sean's wife, Melanie, filed for a divorce and requested that he pay her alimony. Sean ended up borrowing money to pay the alimony to his ex-wife, and he was kicked out of the house. Things became uncomfortable for Sean at the workplace, too, and he ended up leaving. Sean's lover quit her job, too, but things weren't so bad for her because she got married to her young fiancé. Sean was all alone and lost everything that was important to him. If only he hadn't been so stupid to start an affair. We can't help but feel a little sorry for what happened to him in the end.
Hey, Madison, what can you do?
What? What do you mean?
You really can't do anything, can you? Gosh, you're a woman, and you can't even do housework properly. Normally, can't you cook if you're a woman?
Wait a second. Why are you so mad? Did I do something?
What? You're not aware of what you did? Oh my god, you're like unbelievable. You're a failure as a wife.
I don't understand. Saying that out of the blue doesn't make me feel so great.
Doesn't make you feel so great? That's what I should be saying. You embarrassed me in front of my colleagues.
What are you talking about? What did I ever do to you?
You still don't know? Today's lunch. Didn't I tell you I'm having lunch at a meeting today? So make me a real lunch?
Yeah, you told me. So I made you lunch like I was told, didn't I? I made sure to put in a club sandwich just like you told me. I also made all the sides from scratch.
You call that making a real lunch? Oh my god, this is unbelievable. The moment I opened the lid, it turned me off.
Why? What did you not like? I made everything you asked for.
You know my colleagues look inside my lunch? But what in the world was that? I can't show them a lunch that looks that dull.
Dull? I thought I was being careful about that.
What? Totally not okay. My lunch looked like it was made by an old person.
You're going to say it like that? You know, I have work just like you do. I get up and make breakfast even though I have to leave for work earlier than you. And even though I have a lot on my plate, I made lunch for you like you asked. Why should I have to be told off like this?
It's your own fault you can't even make a decent lunch. Gosh, you're such a letdown. Everyone tried to be polite and told me my lunch looks good. But inside, I bet they were thinking, oh my gosh, look at his lunch. You made me look like a fool. Take some responsibility.
I don't know what to say. I did my best. And your colleagues aren't the kind of people who would make fun of somebody's lunch. They wouldn't do that, right? You're a full-grown adult, you know?
You really don't get it, do you? These kinds of things matter later on. What are you going to do if this puts me in a position that makes me look like a fool?
Making you look like a fool is a little overdramatic.
There you go, making fun of me. Whatever, I threw out over half my lunch. Don't ever make me such a gross-looking lunch again.
Terry, you're still not coming home? Sorry, but I had an early morning, so I'm going to bed.
What? You're telling me that you can't wait for your husband to come home?
You had a nice and slow morning, so it may be okay for you. But I've been up since 4:30. I want to clean the house and stuff tomorrow. So I want to go to bed early.
No. My colleagues say that their wives always wait for them to come home. You should do at least that much too.
Your colleagues' wives are almost all housewives, aren't they? So they have more time. I wish you wouldn't compare me, who works full-time, to them.
Don't make excuses. At my colleague's Mike's house, which is where I am, his wife makes us feel at home and makes us all kinds of appetizers. They're all delicious, and the alcohol just keeps coming.
Okay, well, good for you. You were telling me Mike's wife is a housewife. I bet her cooking is delicious.
Yeah, it's so good. It's completely different from the nasty food you make.
How dare you say such a thing? The way you always compare me and always want what you can't have, doesn't that make you feel imperfect?
All you have to do is become a decent wife and do what you're supposed to do. Compared to my colleagues' wives, you're just defected goods. That's why you annoy me like this.
What the heck? So you want to say it's my fault?
Who else is at fault? Anyways, there's a get-together at our place next time, so you better prepare some appetizers too.
What? Wait a second. Why our place? You can't just say that out of the blue.
So aren't I telling you that it's next week? You have a week, so you should be able to prepare. Seriously, don't make any weird food. At the same time, it'll seem strange if it's all store-bought. You really better make some delicious food. You got it?
I said wait a second. I have work as usual, you know? You're telling me to get home from work and then prepare for your get-together?
Can't you do that much? But aren't I nice enough to not just bring over somebody without notice? I'm telling you what day they're coming over. So I wish you would be appreciative.
You want me to be appreciative. If you're so worried about my cooking, you should just go to a bar. Why do you have to bring them over?
I'm having a get-together at my colleague's place today. So naturally, the next one became our place. So what? You want me to decline? You're telling me to say, let's go to a bar because my wife can't cook? Are you trying to make me look bad again after that lunch you made?
It's not like that.
You're my wife, so just shut up and listen to me. Okay, bye.
Wait, Terry! Wait! Don't just decide everything. Hey! Did everyone go home? I mean, did they take the train? I said I would give you guys a ride, but you insisted on walking it off.
Hey, you. Don't you have anything to say to me?
What? Anything to say?
Don't play dumb. I'm not going home tonight.
What do you mean? Wait. Are you mad about something?
No crap! I told you so many times not to make me a fool in front of my colleagues. This time, I'm really not forgiving you. I'm really pissed off today.
Hang on a second. What? Did I do something? I really don't know why you're so mad.
What? You put out that nasty food. How many times do you have to make me look like a fool in front of my colleagues? Is it on purpose? Did you purposely put out that disgusting food to embarrass me?
No, I didn't. I really tried my best. Besides, all of your colleagues said it was really tasty. Everybody was praising me.
Of course, that was all to be polite. When I went over to Mike's last week, the food looked more delicious. I was so embarrassed. It's all your fault if I stick out at work.
Hey, you're overthinking this. Your colleagues cleaned their plates and went home. I don't think anyone is thinking that much about it. Wasn't everyone drinking and having a good time? Even if the food was nothing special, I don't think that would make you stick out. That'll never happen.
What? What do you know? I was definitely heading towards a position to be made fun of. And I was supposed to redeem myself with the get-together. How can you do this?
Knock it off! You should have made it yourself if you were going to be picky. You're always comparing me to your colleagues' wives. You just want to hound me, don't you?
Huh? Why are you the one who's getting upset? I'm the one who should be pissed.
Fine. Do whatever. If you're not coming home, that's fine with me. Stop pushing me around. Bye.
Hey, Madison, don't ignore me. Hey, answer me, you piece of trash wife. I'm going on a business trip from tomorrow. You better make sure everything is ready for me to leave tomorrow.
Wait. Didn't I tell you that I'm going out for dinner with a friend? I just met up with her, so I'm coming home late tonight.
What do I care? Just do it when you get home.
I want to go to bed when I get home because I have work tomorrow. Sorry, but can't you get your own things ready for this business trip?
What? What the heck are you saying? You call that being my wife? Who do you think you are?
What? Why do I have to get yelled at like this? In the beginning, you used to get ready yourself for your business trips. Why are you making me do it? Even though you can do it yourself.
My colleagues' wives all get their stuff ready for them when going business trips. So that's what women do, right?
What about single people?
Huh?
Men with wives might get to have their things ready for them. But there are single people, right? So what, those people just don't go on business trips?
No.
You too. You didn't go on business trips before we got married? Oh, or did your mom get your things ready for you? Oh my gosh, really? You used to be able to do it by yourself when we first got married. I wonder if I was seeing things.
Don't make fun of me. Of course I can get my own stuff ready. I'm just saying that if you have a wife, that's the wife's job.
Ugh, so stupid. Why do you have to ask your wife to do things when you can do them yourself? You can do it yourself, right? Then do it. Even if I did it, you would just complain.
Don't keep talking back to me. Listen, my colleagues' wives will do just as they're told without complaining. You want to be a decent wife too, right? If you get my stuff ready for me, I'll tell everyone at work that you're a good wife.
No thanks.
What? Don't be modest. Wouldn't it make you happy to have your husband brag about what a good wife he has?
Not really. I would be kind of half forced to do it, so being praised about that wouldn't really mean anything to me.
I'm going out on a limb here for you. You better cut it out. You'll fail me as a wife?
There you go again, threatening me whenever you don't like something. Do you call that a marriage?
If you want to stay married, you better work at it. Anyways, get my things ready for my business trip, got it? Hey, I'm almost at the station. I'm tired and my colleague and I were drinking, so come pick me up. Hey, are you listening? Answer me. Your husband's trying to reach you.
Excuse me, what time do you think it is? It's past midnight.
What do I care? I'm over here tired from my business trip. I wanted to drink some more, but had to wrap it up because of the last train. Whatever. Just get over here and pick me up, you dumb wife.
You better cut it out. I am neither your maid nor your butler. Don't think that I would do whatever you want when it suits you.
What did you say to me? It's the day your husband gets home from his business trip. And you can't listen to him?
Please consider the time. I have work tomorrow too. I was sleeping until a second ago. You woke me up with all of your messages and calling.
Don't blame it on others. It was wrong of you to go to sleep before your husband got home in the first place. I got back really tired from work. You should be welcoming me home.
I was working today too.
Anyone can do your low-level job. Don't compare it with my business trip. Just hurry up and come pick me up. My colleagues' wives are all here to pick them up, you know.
Then why don't you marry someone else?
What? What are you talking about? What happened all of a sudden?
You want someone to pick you up, right? Sorry, but I'm not picking you up at this hour. If you're going to complain about that, why don't you find someone who won't mind? And marry them.
Hey, don't joke around about stuff like that. I mean, you're the one who's going to struggle if we split up. Don't say such a thing so lightly.
I'm not saying it lightly. I'm saying it because I really think that's okay.
Huh? Hey, you better cut it out. It's your fault because you can't be a decent wife. I'm saying all of this because it's what you get.
Aren't you essentially misunderstanding this? You compare me to the wives of your colleagues? But what about you?
What? Me? What are you talking about?
I was listening to you guys talk the other night. Your colleagues really cared about their wives. They said they would help out with the house chores, and they really cared for each other. But you yell at me and make me look stupid. You compare me to others. And yet you want me to be like the other wives? Get out of here!
Hey, Madison, what's the matter? Today you're acting kind of...
I'm telling you to take a look at your own rotten personality before you go judging others. You piece of trash husband!
What? It's your fault because you don't serve me. Fine, you're a failed wife. Get out!
You don't have to tell me. I'm done with people like you. I hope you marry someone who will slave for you next time. Terry kept calling me persistently, but I ignored all of his calls and drove to my parents' house. Thankfully, their house was close to mine, so I could commute to work with no problem. Terry came to my parents' house to apologize, but I had no intention of forgiving him. So I made him sign the divorce papers on the spot and divorced him. Since Terry can't do a single house chore, he wears a wrinkled shirt and buys his lunch every day to work. How did he become more useless than before we got married? I hope I can find a partner who will treat me as their equal, someone who actually cares about me.